Hey everyone, so today we're going to talk about reading glasses. It's something eventually you're going to come across, you're going to need it. There's some newer technologies and drops and things like that to get it, but at the end of the day, these just work. Now, I don't have pairs of readers, but we're going to talk about some different lenses, kind of how to find the right power for what you're doing with the glasses, and what the differences are between just something off the shelf and even a custom-made reading lens. So stick around, let's check it out. So no matter what, the time is going to come where suddenly you're holding something out here to read and it's just blurry. You can't get it far enough away, things are fuzzy, and there's nothing you can do about it. So everyone says, well, go grab a pair of reading glasses or go get an eye exam. And either way, you're going to need some help for reading. Whether they find anything else at the eye exam or not, you're still going to end up with something to help to read. That makes it kind of a cool, okay. Now, on that note, for the reading glasses, I find the biggest struggle everyone has seems to be getting a little too worried about what power they're grabbing. First of all, if you grab too strong, you're not going to hurt your eyes, you're just going to cause a little extra strain. If you grab too weak, kind of the same thing. You're not going to hurt your eyes, it can just cause a little bit more eye strain, so you're not as comfortable reading for long periods as maybe you would like to be. Most of you starting out, this guy is a +2. You're going to grab that, you're going to put it on, you're going to go, this looks great, everything's sharp and clear, and I can read it right here, and it's perfect, and you're going to get home with them, and you're going to look at the computer screen, you're going to, that's not good. It's fuzzy. I got the wrong one. Well, yes and no. It's too strong for the working distance, and I could bore you with formulas and calculations of how far and how to calculate the add power needed for that distance. If you're just getting into reading power, it doesn't matter quite yet. Just something, a basic, even a +1 is going to get the job done because your eye still has a lot of ability to accommodate. And that's what's gone away, and that's why you suddenly need these reading glasses. As we age, the elasticity in that little lens in our eye that adds that extra magnification power when we need to read, there's two things that happen. Your eyes, they converge and they add plus power. There's a muscle that relaxes in the eye that causes that to happen. That's called the ciliary muscle, but it controls that little crystalline lens in the eye. And when it relaxes, that lens squeezes down, it bulges out, and it increases plus power. So as that lens loses elasticity, now suddenly you need more plus power when you try to read. The eye can't generate everything it needs, especially really, really close, really fine print. So that +1, your eye is still doing some of the heavier lifting there, but the +2, the reason I have this in my hand is so you can see kind of what happens here. And the +2, it's really easy at this distance. So now we've got the +2 lens, the camera is focused, so I can hold this up here. You can see the fonts. All right, well, here, let's turn it around. There we go. So now you can see the different fonts on there. Crisp, take it away. A little bit fuzzy, takes the camera just a second, and you get kind of that same effect on your own too. So there we go, gone, refocused. So if you do it quick enough, you can see the difference. It's not huge, and your eye does the same thing. It's just you've lost that ability to get all of the power there. Now, as you age, that ability continually goes away. So depending on the first time you notice it, or if there's any power in your eyes already, you may notice it at a different point than other people. Say your eye's a -1, you've never worn any correction for it because you can still see, okay, you're fine with that. You can still walk around. You're insane. I'm a -1. Give me my glasses all day long. But what it amounts to is if your eye is already a -1, you're walking around with a pair of +1 readers on. It's a fun trick. If you want to mess with somebody, you want to show them what your world looks like, tell them put on a pair of +1 readers. Or if you're a -2, same thing. Tell them to put on a +2 and walk around. Now, as for the differences and what you get into with, say, a custom-made pair of reading glasses versus just grabbing a pair off the shelf, Everybody's eyes are a little bit different width apart. Now, the averages work for most people. It's not that big of a deal. There are some companies out there I've seen that have the reading glasses that have different pupillary distances calculated, though most of them I've seen are going to be 31, 32, 33, and for near, that's really too wide. So as I mentioned, the eyes are going to converge at near, and that means your distance between the pupils is going to be less at near than it is at distance. Most people at distance are going to fall in that 31, 32, 33 range. At near, when the eyes converge, not as much. Now, I need a stronger lens here. I've got a 250 here somewhere. I have a mess of lenses. I grabbed the wrong box. I don't have a 250. I am not prepared today. Okay, back to our +2 lens. So you'll see as I move this across the camera, you can see that it's not the camera moving, that is the lens moving. See, we got to the edge. So it does displace the image a little bit. +1s, it's not gonna matter that much. You can pretty well adjust whatever you want. I've got a +1 here. I know I have a +1. There's another +2. There's a 2, and there's a 250. How about that? Okay, +50. There's a fun one. That's for you youngsters that are sitting at a computer all day and just want something to take the strain off the eye. You can see on this one, I can move that all the way across here and yeah, the image really isn't. That's one edge, other edge, and it's just barely moving it. So that's why it doesn't matter as much in the lower powers. As you get above a 2 and beyond, it does start to make more of a difference. And then it's worth looking into kind of that custom pair of readers. Or if you just don't like the crap quality that most readers are out there and you want something nicer, most optical shops can do that. They're happy to do that. Hey, I wear a +2 reader. Can we make this something nicer? Yeah, absolutely. Now, I say that with a caveat. State laws are different everywhere. In Tennessee, that's no problem. We can duplicate something that you're already wearing and comfortable with. A lot of shops won't do that, some will, and then you get into office policies and it gets really hairy really quick. So maybe I shouldn't tell you we can do that. I'm going to be in trouble over this one already anyways. A lot of us can. Most states that have a licensed optician program, that is going to be the case. And like I said, it's not the case everywhere. So some states specifically bar duplication or replication. Now, how that would work, let's not get into legal because I could go down that rabbit hole all day anyways. You're here because of reading glasses. So the key takeaway here is it's not going to do anything to hurt your eyes if you grab the wrong one. Obviously, it's best to get a new exam, get the proper power, know exactly what you're needing. But as I mentioned, the working distance comes into play. If you get one that is too strong, it's not going to hurt you, but you're not going to see. You're going to have to get too close up on things. So if you are finding that, say you've got the +2, I don't know why I keep grabbing this +2. It's apparently the one my finger is going to land on every time. So, you know, here it is better there. That is 250 is going to be your 12 to 16 inch range. As you decrease in power from there, you're going to lengthen that range out. Say you're working at a computer, you need about a diopter of power to a diopter and a half, depending on how much your eye can still generate. Personally, I actually have a couple different pairs. I don't need any assistance sitting at a computer to read. I can sit at a computer and read all day long with the glasses on. I can take my glasses off, get a little bit closer. It's still fine. But all that said, I still have two separate pairs for reading specifically at the computer screen. I have one at my desk here in the shop. That one's a +50. I tend to sit further away from the computer at the shop. I tend to be up, walking around, talking to people, and that balances my vision enough. I can't see 200 feet out as crisp as I could. I have walked outside with them before and gone, oh, yeah, great. Maybe go back to the shop and swap. Maybe I don't. Just depends on what I'm doing. But I do have that pair here because it makes it more comfortable for me. It's easier to wear and use those than it is to not. If you need them, it absolutely is going to increase the comfort and be better all around. But even if you don't, it's beneficial. And I say that to point out that I have the two separate powers. I don't have two different pairs. I have two separate powers altogether. The one I leave at the shop is a plus 50 over what my normal wear would be. The one at home is a plus 75 over what the normal power would be. The reason for that is when I'm sitting on my computer at home, it tends to be right here in my face. It's just where I sit with it. It happens. Whether it's at the table, whether it's in bed, wherever I am with the computer at home, it's right here. And I guess that's more because I am seated more regularly versus being up and about and wandering around. So there is some playroom there in these powers. You may find one's a little bit more comfortable here, one's a little bit more comfortable there, one's awful everywhere. That one you messed up, try again. If you can't figure it out, go see your eye doctor, get the eye exam because you need that anyways, and just tell them you're having a little trouble reading. They'll check. If you have some far away power, they'll correct that too. And now you're into progressive lenses, and now you've got a whole other set of videos you need to look at, and have fun with that. Until next time, let me know your thoughts if this helped you. If you hate me right now, which you probably do, I have a feeling this is going to be one of the more disliked videos just because nobody wants reading glasses. Or do they? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you next time.